Okay, Mr. Z, what is our headline today?
Our headline today is that regardless of any statement you may have heard from President Trump, from the White House, from the administration, all the noise that you heard, please disregard that. Because Oman and Iran, with the very significant backing of Pakistan, who is acting on behalf of China, have moved forward. Not moving forward, but moved forward. Today is the 30th of June, the end of the month, and I am with my great friend, Pepe Escobar, the world covering, highly respected reporter. And we are going to bring you a special edition of Transition Protocol, and he will explain to you how we will be conducting this session. So go ahead, Pepe.
Thank you, Zulfiqar. Hello, everybody. Greetings from deep NATO stan. I'm not going to say where I am, but at least outside of Paris. We have something very special today. We have a very complicated set of breaking news together. So we're going to do something slightly different today. I'll be the interviewer. I will interview Mr. Z about what we have. And of course, this is going to go against a lot of preconceived notions regarding the memorandum of understanding between Iran and the US. So let's get into it. Okay, Mr. Z, what is our headline today?
Our headline today is that regardless of any statement you may have heard from President Trump, from the White House, from the administration, all the noise that you heard, please disregard that. Because Oman and Iran, with the very significant backing of Pakistan, who is acting on behalf of China, have moved forward. Not moving forward, but moved forward. Made an irrevocable decision that they will be the sovereign nations that will control the Strait of Hormuz, that will decide how it will be administered, that will decide how everything relating to the conduct of the Strait of Hormuz shall be managed going forward. Collection of revenues, uh, removal of mines, uh, making all the passage as secure as possible, and controlling it in every possible way. And they have rejected, I should emphasize that word, rejected any suggestion that any foreign country will be taking any part in this.
Okay,
And that is especially pointed to United States.
sorry to interrupt you, but this is very, very important because what kind of evidence we have so far from our sources to support that?
Well, there is some evidence that is publicly available, and
No,
there
not
is a lot
publicly
of
available.
uh, a little bit, uh, uh, a little bit pushback, but there is a lot of evidence. A lot of evidence. It is like we are looking. The world is looking at what is coming out of the ground in terms of some rocks that they think are just rocks, but there is a whole mountain underneath that, and we are privileged to bring you what is underneath the surface, which is the absolute ironclad decision by Oman and Iran, backed by Pakistan security wise, to be the leaders of the nations, the sovereign nations that will manage the Strait of Hormuz.
Okay, Zulfikar, I am so sorry, but I have to interrupt again. But do we have concrete evidence that Iran and Oman have already come to an understanding on how to manage the Strait of Hormuz, or this is an ongoing process?
This, what is an ongoing process is the mechanics. What is not ongoing is a decision that has been made between Iran and Oman. It is privileged presently, but it will not be privileged soon after the funeral of the previous supreme leader, Ali Khamenei.
Ali Khamenei. So this is
Correct.
who else knows about this understanding? Only Pakistan?
In terms of foreign nations, it is Pakistan and China.
Okay. So this is okay. It's a four-way understanding with the blessing of China, of course, because everything that is happening, this alignment, has the blessing of China. What about
Correct.
Saudi Arabia? Especially, what about Saudi Arabia and some other breaking news that we have in terms of an evolving, I wouldn't say clash, but an evolving, maybe new understanding between Saudi Arabia and Yemen?
Uh, I will be. So I would like to respond to you in two parts. One part is what concerns Iran and Oman and the immediate security architecture of the Strait of Hormuz. That is one part. And in this, Pakistan is very closely aligned with Iran and Oman and supported by China. We have said that before, and I re-emphasize that. There is
Mhm.
another part in which Pakistan is also deeply, deeply immersed, and that is the relationship, which is a NATO-style relationship with Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And Pakistan has already deployed 8,000 troops in King Abdulaziz Air Base and has the authority to deploy as many as 80,000 troops.
Yes, we
That
commented
includes
on that before.
yeah,
Yes.
that includes Air Force personnel, that includes jets, that includes Navy. I don't believe that we had, until now, said that Pakistan has been given permission to deploy Navy. This is in various parts of Saudi Arabia. And the proximate cause of all that is what is perceived as a low level threat, not a high level threat, a low level threat from Ansar Allah. And as far as Pakistan is concerned, it is financed by UAE, and UAE is a proxy for Israel. But Pakistan does not consider to be a major threat. Saudi Arabia does not consider that to be a major threat, and eventually, the relationship between the three of them is expected to be resolved. It is
Okay.
not expected.
Excuse me. What does have all of that? What does he have to do with Ansarallah?
Ansarallah is the face.
Is what?
Is the face.
Face of
Is the
what?
face
Sorry.
of the insurgency that is allegedly advancing their interest against Saudi Arabia,
No, no,
backed by UAE.
Zulfiqar, sorry. That's look. I know. Yeah, I've been to Yemen. I talked to them. I visited everywhere. So it's not. That's
Yeah.
not how it works.
Yes. Okay. Tell me your. I mean, this is my understanding, and I'll be happy to be educated by you.
Ansarallah is not threatening anything against Saudi Arabia. Ansarallah, the key point of Ansarallah is what happens with the MOU, and if Israel is going to respect the guidelines around the MOU. If they don't, they will have repercussions organized by Ansarallah against Israeli interests. That's another story. And of course, if
That
Saudi Arabia respects what's in the MOU as well.
that is partly, in fact, mostly correct, and that is where the Pakistani advisors are actively engaged, along with the Chinese, with the Ansar Allah, and with UAE, and with Saudi Arabia, and the expectation is that it is not going to be something that will present itself as a roadblock to the implementation of the
Okay,
MOU.
what would be the roadblock then?
There is not expected to be a roadblock. There is not expected to be a roadblock.
Okay, so
According to the intelligence that I am aware of, this will take place, the funeral, another 3, 4 days, and there will be another. The next thing would be the identification of the sites where these people, meaning the Americans, Pakistanis, and Iranians will meet, and they will move to the next step.
So this means an Islamabad 2.0, 3.0.
Correct.
But
Yes,
at
but
the moment,
it will not be in Islamabad. It
yeah,
will
but
not be in Islamabad.
it will not. Yeah, and at the moment, all the MOU negotiations are dead for all practical purposes, or in deep coma at the moment.
And that is where our breaking news is that it is not dead. Our breaking news, I've said repeatedly, is that it is to the outside, uninformed observer, they are dead, but they are very much underneath the surface, alive and ongoing conversations. I will make one other announcement that is not there in the world yet, which is that JD Vance is very much in favor of reviving the MOU to back to where it was, but he is facing a lot of resistance from Marco Rubio.
Okay,
I
this
have
is
been said,
essentially correct.
I've
Yeah,
been, I've
yes.
been said this repeatedly from the highest sources, and they are aware of it, and they are taking measures to counter that.
So we can say that after all the ceremonies linked to the funeral of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the MOU will somewhat restart somewhere.
No, I will go even further than that, Pepe. I will say that from everything that I am aware of, from everything that my sources tell me, and I've heard this from the people at the table, that they have said this in so many words that we can take this to the bank, that the MOU is going to be revived and will be implemented. It may have some theatrics surrounding it, but it will emerge as the framework within which the region is defined both from a geopolitical standpoint and also from the standpoint of who is controlling what.
So, okay, follow the money. Can we say that within the next week or so, or until July 9th, where is the final day of the funeral ceremony of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei in Mashhad, Iran is going to
Yes.
get some money in the bank? Really?
Yeah, yes, I'm told that Oman Qatar will bring what is left, which is the balance of the $6 billion, into Iran. I'm told that UAE has already moved $3 billion into Iran, so we can say reasonably confidently that Iran possesses $9 billion within a week from now with
Yes, but
conversations going on for more.
yeah, but this is not certified yet.
Our job is to tell everybody what we know. Our job is not to tell everybody what is known in public.
I know, but our job is also to be extremely critical of everything that's going on. That's
And that is your job, and my job is to bring you the raw information. And that is
so.
why we have such respect for you because
So,
you keep me
no, no.
honest.
But the point is, let's say in 10 days from now, if we can certify that Iran has received at least $6 billion, maybe $9 billion, then the MOU is back on track. Because essentially, what Iran is implying in this comatose phase of the MOU is that, first of all, we need to get some of our money back. Then we're going to start talking again. And of course, the theatrics are absolutely correct. For the moment, this is a gigantic kabuki, and the Americans are exploiting it as a kabuki once again. But there are very few American commitments on that. They are not respecting any commitments so far.
Correct. And the biggest news I can transmit to the world, all right, because I am the one who is the carrier of the news. I'm the one who listened to the news and talked to the people and understood their inflection and everything else that tells me that what they're saying is correct. I have been assured that underneath the surface, The delegation then went from Pakistan, which is in conversation with the Iranian counterparts today, as we speak, has managed to bring the MOU back to where it was, and it will be implemented 100%, not 99%, 100%. 100% it will be implemented, and the delay is by design, not necessarily by dictate of
Yeah,
what is
okay,
going on with
designed
the
by who? Designed by who?
Iran. Iran,
Yes, of course, they're not in a hurry, first of all.
yes,
And of course,
Iran,
they have not received anything so far.
yes, and they are saying that we will do things at our pace. And presently, four people need to be buried in Mashhad, and they are going to be reinterred in Mashhad. That is the Ayatollah. That is the Ayatollah's daughter-in-law. That is the Ayatollah's great granddaughter. And there is one more person. They are going to be reinterred in Ayatollah's wife. Will be reinterred in Iran, in Mashhad. So they are going to take care of that first. This was their promise when the war happened. And once that is done, then everything that they have been speaking with the Pakistanis about and received the blessings from the Chinese shall be implemented, and the MOU will be back, and Mr. Trump will have no option. I'm told repeatedly that Mr. Trump is in a vice. I'm using that term in a kind way, okay, in a kind manner, charitable manner. He's in a vice. He can shriek, he can talk all he wants, but he has to come to the table and implement his part.
Very important. According to our sources, Zulfiqar, what are the Pakistani mediators discussing with the Saudis specifically about the MOU?
The specifics that I'm privileged to know is that the relationship between Iran and Saudi Arabia and Qatar will be normalized very, very soon. And if possible, Qatar will join the relationship, the Saudi defense relationship. And soon thereafter, there will be other countries, some of which might surprise you, like Bahrain and one or two more countries. And UAE will be the laggard, but they still believe that come December they may have a place for the UAE. But Kuwait will be joining, and also something very surprising, something that most people have no idea about. Egypt is very interested in playing some role in that defense relationship. After the United States departs the region, Egypt finds it in its interest to have a security role,
Well,
and they're in conversation
we
with
all, we all,
Pakistanis and Saudis.
we all know that the United States, the hyperpower, will never willingly depart from West Asia. That's another story, of course. But basically, this very auspicious scenario, to use an expression our Chinese friends are very fond of, presupposes a new security umbrella in West Asia, of course, organized by Pakistan and discussed with Iran and with Iranian approval. So basically, what our sources are saying is that this process is following through whatever happens in between.
Correct, absolutely correct, and that this is a force that moves on its own, that has presently nothing to stop it. Turkey is strongly behind us. Azerbaijan, Central Asia, is strongly behind this.
Well, that's a long
And
story. We could debate this for hours. It's very complicated.
I, I understand. I understand. But just to give it dimension, just to give it the dimension, because Azerbaijan is a big supplier of oil, and from everything I know, Azerbaijan received a lot of security, assistance from Pakistan, including JF-17 Thunder jets that they are very happy about, plus PL-15s, plus a whole bunch of other stuff, training, etc. So they feel somehow to be bound by the arrangement that is taking place. So, in my view, they are going to play an important part. Egypt is going to play an important part. Turkey is going to play an important part, and this will be whether the United States likes it or does not like it, will be the ones together forcing them out, forcing the U.S. out. It may happen in 6 months, it may happen in 9 months, but it will. There is no question it's going to happen, and this is the benefit that we bring to our audiences of reading behind the lines.
Well, I think this is a wrap up because you cannot be more revolutionary than that if that really happens, right? Thanks, Zulfiqar. Okay, we have a series of breaking news for all of you to digest in the middle of the World Cup, by the way. So thanks very much, and we'll be back next week. Larry on Monday, myself on Tuesday, the three of us together on Wednesday. Mr. Z, any final
Tomorrow,
words?
three of us will be here tomorrow. Tomorrow, Wednesday is tomorrow.
Oh yes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Uh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm freaking out. Maybe because I am in NATO stand, I'm freaking out. Okay, three of us tomorrow. Don't miss it.
What I suggest to our global audiences, and they're truly global right now because thanks to our partners, we are being translated in 12 languages all over the world, in every single language. Pepe will have the ability, our senior most reporter, to digest the many, many points of breaking news that I delivered to him, I should say, with no warning. He has been busy moving from the city to the countryside where he's presently situated and very happy. He heard about everything I said to you 5 minutes before you heard it. So, being the
Literally.
responsible reporter that he is in the process of rapidly digesting everything that I'm saying. And the hope is that tomorrow, when we meet, he would have digested everything, and the discussion tomorrow would be far more useful for you because it will have greater uh, insight from him, greater insight from Larry, who is with CIA background, and I am the carrier of the news, the good news and the bad news. There is no bad news. It's all good news for people who want to see US out of that region. It's bad news for those who want the US to stay in the region, which I don't know why they would want that. But in any case,
Thanks very much.
tomorrow would be a much better discussion, I promise you, because the people who can digest it would have had the chance to digest that and give their perspective on it. So
Thanks
thank
very
you
much.
very much globally.
See you
Please hit
tomorrow.
the like and
Yes.
subscribe button because without that we cannot exist. The algorithm demands that. So thank you very much, Pepe. I apologize for breaking all this on your doorsteps before not too much for before I gave it to the world. But you
Cheers.
were a big sport in playing along with that and asking the right questions. So I shall see you tomorrow.
Cheers. Thank you.
Bye bye. I'm going to hit stop right now. Just